Hi guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Canvas and Scal Help on Facebook. This right here is an image that one of the members had requested, or actually had a question about how to make something like this. So this is a place image so that I could give you the example of what she had requested. If there was a way to do something like this in ScanNCut, and yes, there most definitely is. ScanNCut is one of the easiest programs to use and why I like it. But let's say, okay, let's take a shape. Let's just take this one, okay? Of course, it's not this shape. You can create that shape if you want. But for speed and time's sake, we'll just use this, okay? First off, we need to either get rid of this circle or we're just going to, for time's sake, union it. And that's going to melt that into the inside, okay? Now we're just looking at the pink part right now, okay? We need to make copies of this after we get just that outline. To get that outline, we're going to come here to Effects and we're going to do a shadow layer, okay? That popped out this little layer right there, and I'm going to actually come up here. You're going to leave everything alone right now. This right here, aha, you see how that made it thicker? Well, I'm actually going to increase that a little bit more right there, okay? Excuse the little chirping. My dogs have new toys, so they really like them. I'm going to click OK, all right? I'm going to click off, come back here, and highlight the entire thing. All right, now which part is bigger, the back or the front? Well, the back is the big part, so we're going to come up here to Path, the back minus the front, which means we're keeping the back and subtracting the front. That is what gives us the outline, okay? So that is what gives us the pink outline flower. Okay, I'm going to come over here to the 2 arrow tab, and with the Keep Proportions ticked, I am going to decrease the size to about 2 inches, okay? About right there. So that's going to give me one of the flower shapes, okay? So I'm going to position this up here, all right? And what you want to do is double check right here and make sure that it never says a minus number. If it says minus number, that means it is hanging over your edge there, okay? And you don't want that. Shadow. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I've brought this up here. We're going to start now building the pink layer. Okay, object, and we're going to come and do the duplicate. All right, so let's do a 1. We'll do it about 4 across. But in this duplication screen, I can actually join these. So I'm going to come in here, and with it being a minus, let's do a -1. Okay, so that allows them to touch. The rows, let's do 4 rows. Again, I'm going to bring this down to a -1. And I click -1 and then I hit enter on my keyboard. That allows it to be displayed correctly. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Make sure that they are actually touching. Yes, all right. So I'm going to highlight all these. If I like the position, if I didn't like the position before I duplicated it, I would bring these out here and get them in a position, okay? So let's say I wanted it more like this, okay? Or if I wanted to rotate it, all right? Whatever you want to do that before you start duplicating, all right? So you'll do that before you get them in the position. When you get them in the position that you like, highlight everything. Make sure they are all touching. Then come up here and Path Union. Wait for it to work. It sometimes takes a little bit, okay? Then hover over it. You can come up here and check your preview. Make sure all of your lines are appropriate, okay? Oops, done. So yes, they are all going to cut together, okay? If your lines did not connect, you would see that in the preview, okay? So of course, this is way too big for one card. That's just fine. Now I can come over here and I can shrink it down, okay? So I can cut it down to whatever I think I might need for my card. Uh-oh, scale's freezing up on me. So let's pop this back up here. Okay. Now I can also come in here, pull it down this way if I want to. Pull it over this way if I want to. Okay. Use this if you want to keep it in proportion. Okay. All right, so let me think. I'm trying to think of what size my card will be. Let's do a 5 and a 4. Okay, hopefully that doesn't, yeah, that looks okay. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put the actual full extended piece of paper on the back here. Okay, but not yet. What I have to do now is I have to go in and get my shadow layers right here. Okay, so the orange, the yellow, and the green. Okay, again, we are going to go up to the effects, the shadow layer. Okay, if you want to, you can blow this up. Okay, so you can increase the view right here so that you can see what's happening. Okay, so effects, shadow layer, contour cut. Grab your bar, move this over. Okay, so if you want it thicker, thinner, you just come up here and you toggle this. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that right there. I'm going to change my color though. I'm not a fan of oranges and browns. Okay, so I'm going to make it pink. I'm going to increase it. There's 2. There's 3. Okay, I may go up and do a 4th layer, the 5th layer, so that I get it all. Because what I can do is I can remove 2 of those layers if I only want 3 layers. Okay, I can do that later. Alright, so I'm going to click OK and wait for it to work. Alright, now I'm going to click this and pop that back out. Get my selection tool. So what I did was I used a magnifying glass. If you guys get the the scale class stick, all that's in there too. Okay, so now because I did all that, when you do the shadow effect, it's all grouped. So you must come up to Object and Ungroup. Okay, so now wait for that to work. Oh, come on now. Okay, so now I can pull these apart. I pull them apart using the direction arrows only. So I like these first 2 layers, so I'm going to keep the first 2. I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to keep this one. Okay, so I'm going to delete these 2. I don't want them. So what that build looks like is this and this. Oh, heck, I'll just do this. Come over here and center, center. Come on. This is freezing up. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, which is a lot like that. Okay, so now I can grab this, come on, and put this on top right here. Okay, use my keys on my computer. Object, arrange, bring to the front. Yep, and it's not working. Time to shut the program down. But let's try this again. Object, arrange, bring different. This is when I tell you in class, you know it needs to be shut down. This is what it does. Okay, I'm actually going to group this and we're going to try this again. Object, group. We'll try sending it to the back if it does not work. Okay, object, arrange, send to the back. There we go. All right. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Let me change this little top piece. Let me change this color. I'm not a fan of this, whatever you want to call it. Let's change it to periwinkle. There we go. Okay, so that works. So this is what it looks like right now. Okay, let's pull it up here. All right. So now what I need to do is I need to trim it and add that border, correct? Yes. Okay. So in order to trim it, I'm going to come in here and just grab this little guy. And I want to trim it right around the edges of those flowers. I want to make it kind of big so I can make sure I get it all in there. And wait. Come on, Shortcuts a lot. Don't let me down now. Okay, so there I see that. Now I'm going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard. Stretch this. I want it just kind of resting right there is perfect. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so when I highlight all of this, let's see what happens when I go to path. Uh-oh. I need to group the back pieces. The square frame, I'm going to put that to sleep because I need to group all of these. Object group. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to wake up my square piece. Okay. Now, what do I want to keep? Well, I need to keep my front and minus my back. And that's going to keep the front and subtract where the back was at. So it's going to take all the pieces away that's right there. Okay. Maybe when it decides it wants to work. Okay, so this is what we have left now. All right. So let me come up here, object. No, good, it ungrouped it for me when it did that. So now I need to get my little periwinkle piece. Okay, let me try to actually. No. Oh. Well, I'll get it here eventually now, won't I? Whoo, there we go. Ooh. All right. Now I need to add my paper to this piece right here. Okay. I need to add my little paper piece. And I also need to add my little border. Okay. That's going to go around that. All right. So there is my little border. And let's see. If I put this here and there, that will give me an exact backing. I need to go a little bit larger. About like that. Okay. Oh, no, a little bit longer. I can still see his little feet hanging out. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this back. Keep pulling. All right, I'm going to use my keyboard arrow keys to snug it up a little bit. To me, that looks good. So I'm going to highlight all of that. I can do a path and a union because I want this joined just like it is right here. Okay. And then I'm going to wait for that to work. All right. Now, I'm going to bring this up here. Oh, Sprocket, you're okay. The dog thinks she's going to die if Shadow's not playing with her 24/7. Now again, effects, shadow layer. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Okay, so now I'll click off of that, back on it so I can highlight both of them. The bigger one is in the back, so it's going to be the back minus the front. Wait for that to work. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to join them. I'm going to use my little arrow key again so that I can move that over just enough so that I'm capturing that. I'm going to use this to snug this up just a little bit. There we go, because I need to capture that. Maybe I will go up just a tiny bit and then drop it down with my arrow keys, and then my nudge keys. Let's click off it and see what we've got. Come on. Okay. Okay, now let's do another path union. Sprocket. Okay. Nope. I can see some of the little feet sticking out at the top. I'll take this, use my arrow key. Come on. But this, ooh, went a little too far. This is how you will do this. Just like this. And then get this to a happy place. Alright, now union it. So this will be saved on the, or this will be on one page. This can be your second page, your third page, your fourth page. Alright, so this can be on one page. Okay. If you want, you can add this right here. You can add this right here. Then you'll put a sheet of paper across here, so a 6, okay, by 12 sheet of paper, a 6 by 6 sheet, a 6 by 6 sheet. Okay, so you'll have 3 colors of paper on this 12-inch mat. Then you can create your second page. Okay, you'll come here, click on this one, come down here to this little 4 horizontal line mark, click that, send layer to page 2. Okay, then you'll come over here, drag this safely on the page. Okay, you come up, you'll do your file, your export. Oops, sorry, went way past it. Then you will export that to your USB stick wirelessly, your cord, however you export that. Okay, change it to an FCM or leave it as an SVG, whatever you choose. Rename it and get that out to the ScanNCut. Okay, however you use it. Then come to your next page. Get rid of this. You don't want anything left off of the mat. Okay, if it does, it's going to shut the machine down to the startup screen. Okay, so export this. Up here will be either your stick, your cord, or your wireless connection. All right, change it to FCM, SVG, whatever. Rename it, and then save or enter. And you're done. And you can start cutting, okay? But that's how you do those layered cards like that, okay? And everything will stack up on this solid backing sheet. And then you just make sure that you glue that securely to this sheet. All right, guys? That's how you do these awesome little layered cards. If you have any questions, please join us over at ScanNCut, Canvas, and SCAL Help on Facebook. I apologize, but we are so busy over there that we don't have time to come and answer questions on YouTube. I know that sounds terrible, but it's actually a good thing because we really get into helping our people over on our Facebook group page. Okay? Have a great day, guys.